Tell yourself you're gonna fucking...
You're gonna kill it
You're
today.
gonna kill it today, dude. Time to suck today's dick. You know what I'm saying? Like... What up, everybody? You are back in tune with another episode of In the Fields podcast. It is your host, Johnny, with my lovely wife, Lisa. And yeah, man, here we are with a kind of a special episode, the introduction of our Couch Chronicles. This is really just us being too lazy to turn our entire living room into the podcast set that you guys are so accustomed to seeing. Literally, we turn this entire living room, bring up all of our equipment from downstairs, bring it up, and...
It's a process.
Break down, build up, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, so instead of doing that, we figured we'd do a little comfy episode. And yeah, man, this episode, we're going to take a deep dive into battling our inner demons. I know it's something that everybody deals with pretty regularly. And, you know, I think that's something everybody can relate to. Now, before we get into the episode, I want to bring back a segment that we had in a previous episode called Film of the Feels, because it's going to tie in really well with the topic of this episode. And for this week, Film of the Feels is going to be the Demon Slayer movie. I know we're a little late, guys. This episode was actually supposed to drop last week, but due to technical difficulties, I was unable to get it edited properly. But yeah, Film of the Feels this week is the Demon Slayer movie. Hence the Demon Slayer Funkos. We've got Tanjiro and Nezuko. If you guys know anything about me, you know I'm really big into anime, and it took me probably like 3-4 years to get my wife into it. So
hey,
yeah,
but I'm
man.
here.
Yeah, man. So yeah, Film of the Feels, Demon Slayer, man. It was, wow. It was an amazing movie. I mean, especially when you compare it to the show. There's just so many dope different scenes and fights, and yeah, it was very intricate, and it was super dope, man. Just seeing
they did good.
Yeah, the animators definitely did good on that one, and it was just good to see, like, you know, just everything coming back. Like, I feel like I've been waiting so long for the movie.
And now we're gonna wait even longer.
Yeah,
for the
probably
next
another
one.
2 years before we see the next movie. 27, we'll probably see the
Crazy.
next movie. I know Netflix is they're speeding up the production on the live action. They're supposed to be doing a live action Demon Slayer, so
I feel like they'll do it justice.
I hope so, because they did One Piece really well, so I'm hoping that, you know, they
Netflix got big ass budgets.
Yeah, I know, but sometimes it's not always the budget, bro. Like, sometimes it's about the actual creation.
Casting.
Yeah, the casting, the scripting, the, you know.
Yeah, I'm wondering who they'd get to play the characters.
Yeah, I mean,
I'd be interested to see who they think would.
I don't know.
play
I
them.
saw something on Facebook where they were like, Tanjiro could be played by Tom Holland. And I was
Wow.
like, wow. low key, he really could, though.
I
And
can
not to
see
mention, he
that.
already has all this Spider-Man athleticism.
I could totally
So, like,
see
you
that.
kind of need that. But, yeah, I don't know, man.
That would be good.
Yeah, I could see a bunch of different characters, but I just hope that they do it justice, because again, the movie was amazing,
The
and
show,
it's just the first.
all of it.
It's the first of the.
Wasn't this the first anime that I really watched with you that I like
Yes.
got into?
Yeah, this was the one that kind of reeled you in. You were
It was
watching.
so good.
Yeah, I remember watching it, and you just would be awake with me watching it every night, and then eventually you just kind of were like picking up. You're like, oh shit, new episode of Demon Slayer. I bet let's watch it. So yeah, it became dope. Yeah, man. Shout out to the animators. Shout out to the director. You guys did your big one on Demon Slayer, so we just want to give you guys your credit, your flowers. And again, it was just an amazing movie, and I think it just ties in really well with the topic of fighting your inner demons.
Yeah.
And yeah, man, it was. I mean, 10 out of 10 for me. If I had to give it a rating, what about you? What do you think?
I would definitely 10 out of 10 just because of watching the show up until this point and like the cliffhanger that we were left on when the show ended, and then just waiting for this, like it built up that like intensity of like, oh shit, it's about to happen.
Mm-hmm.
And then like just them battling all these, like, I guess they're like the upper rank demons, right, that they were battling.
Yep, the upper rank.
And it was just so intense, like spoiler alert, but that girl who got like absorbed, I'm like, what the fuck, no.
Yeah.
And then like, you know,
yeah, she was like the bug Hashira, or like the poison
Yeah,
Hashira. I
like-
don't know what she is.
and
technically.
she like gave it her all because like dude killed her sister, and she's like, I'm gonna come back for vengeance, and she was so confident, and I was just so sad that like dude was like, nah, like you're done for.
Yeah, and the way that it's so weird because he's like always in such a good mood. Like he's always so happy about it. And he's like, aw, you tried really hard on that poison.
I know.
He's so happy. Like, I don't know. It's just like, it's crazy that he's a demon, but yet he's still like
Just bubbly.
oddly empathetic. Like, it's just like ironically empathetic because he's just so like, oh, now I'm going to have to kill you.
Damn.
Yeah, like it's so funny. So yeah, man, it was a great movie.
I think the one that got me the most was the pink-haired one. I always forget his name.
Akaza. Yeah,
Yeah.
Akaza. He's the number 3 demon. He's the one that killed
Because one, it was fucking me up that he kept regenerating, and I'm like, they cut his head off, and what the fuck? Like, they can't even kill this guy. And then, of course, you know, Tanjiro did his little, here, remember your good shit. And then I was just like, oh, his wife. And
well, yeah, his wife was the one because he was like on the borderline of dying, and he sees like his sensei, who is voiced by Channing Tatum in the English dub.
Yep, crazy.
Didn't know that until later, and then I found out the reason he even went to go do the voiceover, or even like what is it when actors go to like try out for a role, when they go to
Audition?
That's I was drawing a fucking brain fart, man. Yeah, like the only reason he even went to audition to do the voiceover for that is because his daughter's a huge Demon Slayer fan.
Oh, that's so cool.
So that's why Channing Tatum actually wanted to do the voiceover for the English one, because his daughter is such a huge Demon Slayer fan, so he wanted to get involved in it.
That's
and
so dope.
yeah, Akaza was having like the flashbacks of his wife, and then when he's trying to regenerate and go back. Because, like, the sensei was, like, told him, like, yo, even though you're not going to go where we're going, like, you should still try to, like, be good. Even then,
and his wife was just
yo, just stop, bro. You just because you can't come with us to heaven or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's cool. I'll go with you. And then he just let go. Like, his fighting spirit.
Right in the feels, bro.
He just let go and was like, you know what? I'll just deteriorate.
Dude, when he
Regenerating's
started,
not even worth it.
beating the shit out of himself.
Oh, when he charged up that attack and was like, ga, 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 and he's just in pieces. And then he's regenerating and he's ripping it off. He's like, stop regenerating.
Oh, my God.
He's like, I just want to be with my wife, dude. Yeah, which is crazy. Also, another side note, earlier in the show, there's a point where Akaza, I don't know if it's during the Mugen train but there is a point where he stops and actually looks at the fireworks in the show. And I didn't realize why until I watched the movie, which was a great callback because he promised his wife
about the
that when
fireworks.
she feels better, he'll take her to go see the fireworks. So I realized that like after I watched the movie, like there was some point back in the show where he's just standing there at night watching the fireworks, which is so weird to see a demon like.
I didn't even think of that.
Right, yeah. There's a point in the show where he's watching for I think the Hashiras or the Demon Slayers are watching the fireworks, and then Akaza is somewhere else watching the fireworks as well. And he's watching them because obviously he's thinking about his wife, even though he's a demon. So yeah, it was crazy, man. Again, shout out to Demon Slayer. Great anime. If you guys haven't seen it, definitely highly recommend. Multiple moments where you guys will be like. They did really good with the writing of the show. Like, I developed actual connections with these characters.
Oh, for sure.
And, yeah, man, plenty of moments in the shows where it hits you right in the feels. And, yeah, you guys will like it. I loved it. And, yeah, looking forward to the next 2 movies, guys.
2 more years.
2 more years. Well, 4 if you want to get all of them.
True. 2 to 4.
Yeah, 2 to 4 years. And then hopefully a Netflix live action somewhere in there. And I'm just hoping that they do it justice. But yeah, man, before we get to the rest of the episode, let's give them a word from our sponsors. Introducing OuLa-Lade, the best lemonade not only in the 610, not only in the Lehigh Valley, but the entire galaxy. Again, guys, OuLa-Lade, made with love, fresh squeeze,
So
all
nummy.
natural ingredients.
Yum, 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 yum.
Yeah, if you guys haven't tried it yet, make sure you guys go try. We're multiple episodes in where we have given them their flowers. So if you guys haven't been in tune and you guys haven't tried them out yet, then you guys are the ones that are missing out because we are always in tune with OuLa-Lade. If you guys don't know where to get yours, make sure you guys go follow them on
So
Instagram at
refreshing.
OuLa_Lade. Again, that's OuLa_Lade. And put your orders in today. Tell them Johnny and Lisa sent you. And yeah, man, other than that, back to the episode. And we are back, man. And like I said, in this episode, we are taking a deep dive into fighting your inner demons, hence the Demon Slayer reference. And yeah, you guys will probably catch a lot of those throughout this entire episode because the show really is really good at portraying the demons, but also, you know, when you're battling your inner demons, a lot of time those inner demons are a cultivation of unresolved trauma, negative things that have happened in your past. And in the show Demon Slayer, those demons literally are negative emotions personified to the point where they forget all the good shit, you know, because
Yeah,
their
it
inner
takes
demons,
over.
yeah, the inner demons like take over them. And
I think it's a good representation too of like Nezuko, of how like all her brother had to do was, what did he do? Sing her a song or some shit.
the lullaby that the mother
Yeah.
sang her,
And
yeah.
instantly,
that
while she was
uh,
trying to murder him,
yeah, that was during the entertainment arc when she almost
She-
lost it and she like kind of grew like a horn and shit and like went like full demon mode for
and
a
she
second.
like started bawling, and then he just somehow managed to keep some type of humanity in her, of like, you don't want to do this. And it gave her the will to like really fight against that darkness taking over her.
I mean, even in the beginning, like when she first became a demon and went to attack him, and he's on the ground holding the hatchet in her mouth, right before like the water Hashira shows up.
Yeah.
She's crying because she recognizes him, even though she's a demon, and she doesn't want to kill him, but she is crying because she can't help. Like her mind is not in control of her body. So, or like her, I guess her heart is like senses that that's her brother and that's like she loves him, but the rest of her is like trying to kill him and like trying to attack him, which is crazy.
Yeah, because the darkness is like trying to consume her.
Yeah.
And she's trying, like, her heart is to be like, no.
Yeah.
Like,
And
I
I mean,
don't want that.
And I mean, that's just a great, you know, she is literally the personification of battling your inner demons.
Literally.
She is someone who has to battle these cravings or these negative emotions, and you know it takes so many steps for her to get to the point where, you know, she doesn't attack humans. I mean, they've had to hypnotize her, sing to her. At one point she slept for like days on end.
They put her in like a coma type shit.
Yeah, like, well, she slept because since she wasn't consuming humans to gain her energy back,
Yeah.
she like literally went into comatose. Like she literally was asleep for so fucking long just to regenerate.
And then that
And-
demon doctor or whatever.
Yeah, they hypnotized her and they basically convinced her that all humans are her family, so she doesn't attack them. But it's like, you know, that just goes to show people that there are steps that you have to take when it comes to confronting your inner demons, because they aren't something that you necessarily defeat, because it's not a one and done.
I was going to say, you can't necessarily kill it. It's more of like how you're managing it.
Yeah, and I will say that, like, in a sense, that's almost like how Tanjiro confronts the demons that he battles, because even though he battles them and he defeats them, he's very empathetic towards them. Like,
Yeah.
he wants them to be put to rest. He doesn't want to kill them. So it's like, in a sense, that's how we have to treat our demons as well. It's like, we don't kill our demons. We address them. We put them to rest. We heal the pain.
We learn from them.
And yeah, and we, you know, when we do our due diligence, you know what I mean? Like I said, with Akaza, it's like, you know, you see like the emotions and the things that he's been through, and it's like, you know, in a sense, it's like the goodness is what ends up saving him, you know? It's not necessarily like Tanjiro or the demon slayers. It's the good thoughts that he has in his mind that help him get to a point where he's finally okay. Like he's willing to let go and be willing to, willing to let go of the negative that is consuming him. So this way he can actually be put to rest. And it's
Yeah.
just so dope. You know what I mean? Like the idea that, you're going to be battling your inner demons is, it's something that everybody I think faces on a regular basis. I don't think there's anybody that doesn't necessarily go through this at least one point in their lives.
Well, because like inner demons has so many different faces, like shame, guilt, negative self-talk, self-sabotaging,
Mhm.
insecurities, jealousy. Like there's so many qualities that could be considered an inner demon.
Yeah.
And some are stronger than others for some people depending on something that they've gone through. So it's like it's different for everybody, but at the same time, everybody in some way, shape, or form is dealing with it.
Yeah, man. It even reminds me of uh there was that one demon who kept splitting into other demons every time they would kill him. You remember he was like he was the dude that he's the dude with the drums that controls the wood
Oh,
snakes or whatever when the love Hashira shows up.
yes.
But at one point he was like four different people. Like he was like anger. I think he was all different negative emotions. Like if I'm not mistaken, and this is why I can't wait till we get a third person behind the camera because they can Google this and look this up for me.
One
But
of
yeah,
these days, man. One
at
of these
one
days.
point, like I'm almost certain that he was a representation of all the different negative emotions. Like I'm pretty sure it was like sadness, anger,
I think
hatred, like shit like that. And it's just crazy to like piggyback off of what you said, like how these inner demons, they do have so many different faces and they appear differently for everybody, which means that the work that you have to put in order to address them is also different for everybody too. So the only thing I can recommend to people is, don't let the demons go unresolved or unconfronted. Like
You can't ignore it.
you can't ignore it. You have to learn to live with it, but also you need to take the time to, I don't want to say go back into your past because that seems like counterproductive when I say it that way.
I mean, sometimes
But
it's
you have to
necessary.
kind of do the digging in order to surface whatever the trauma is or whatever the negative emotion is that's built into it. Because again, it's a lot of the times the demons that we're facing are, you know, there's some form of trauma or some form of unhealed pain that, we just carry with us. And in a sense, it's something that weighs us down and it just kind of creates this heavy presence within us.
Yeah. And sometimes even if it's hard to like face like your trauma and stuff like that, depending on like how severe or bad it was, you could start off slow too. Like you could just start trying to create healthy habits for yourself and hold yourself accountable to them and stay consistent with them, flood yourself with positivity, change your algorithm on your social medias, like the things that you're viewing every day. Because if you are, interacting and stuff with negative type of posts just because you feel in the moment you relate to them, your algorithm is going to keep flooding those things to you because that's what the algorithm thinks that you really like and you want to see.
Yeah.
But if you start just purposely interacting with things that are positive, even if you don't agree with it, little by little, you're going to start seeing it more. And before you even realize it, you stop feeling so negative because you're surrounding yourself with so much positivity. It's hard to feel negative.
Yeah, and that's the training that goes into it, because again, it's
a skill.
it's something that is built up, like you said, you know what I mean, is building up those healthy habits or, putting in the training and the time to build up your resilience, your ability to persevere and really address those inner demons because again, they're a part of you.
Mm-hmm.
So to pretend that they are not a part of you, again, you're just letting this unresolved portion of you go unattended and you're, trying to pretend that it's not a part of you. And in a sense, it's like you're disconnecting from, you know, even the negative portion of yourself, like, it's still you, you know? So to like try to disconnect from it or to try to like not take ownership of it is almost in a sense like doing yourself a disservice.
I was going to say the same thing. Like, it is a disservice to yourself because the longer you allow that to happen, the more it just builds up inside of you, and you could only ignore it for so long, and then you become so like unaware of yourself that like you're doing things and not even being aware of the type of chaos or drama or negative vibes, like whatever the case is, you're not even aware of what you're causing around you. And then a lot of the time you end up losing friends, you start pushing family away, you end up ruining your relationship, and then you're just sitting there like, well, why is this happening? And it's like, well, you gotta like really look at yourself and what it is that's bothering you, that's causing you to do X, Y, and Z.
Yeah. Yeah, you can't. And again, I think it just kind of, as much as I keep bringing up Demon Slayer, it's very much like Muzan in a sense, where like he's full blown demon, and it's like instead of him not wanting to be a demon, he's like, nah, I'm trying to figure out how to survive like a piece of shit. You know what I'm saying? Like he wants to be a complete demon, has no regard for anybody else's well being. And again, it's like he's like the ultimate narcissist in a sense. Like narcissist. So he's like the ultimate narcissist, bro, because in a sense it's like he sees no wrong with what he does. He in a sense, he's like, no. My mission is the real mission.
Yeah.
It's my mission is
his darkness is succeeded.
I am the darkness. Like yeah. Y'all are the ones with the fucking problem. Yeah. You know what I mean? Which is just to me is like, bro, like how much of a fucking narcissist can you be when you're thinking like you sacrificing millions of lives or thousands of lives or hundreds of thousands of lives for your cause isn't a fucking problem, you know? And it's just insane to me that it's like instead of you trying to fight to become human, you're like, no. I want to be a demon. I want to turn everybody demon, and then fucking yeah, dude. Once I figure out how to conquer this sun shit, dude, it's over for y'all. Y'all are done. So yeah, man, it's just insane to me. Like again, like how the concept of battling your inner demons, and then in anime.
Well, I wonder if like even like the Nezuko situation is like a light on that as well, because when that whole one scene happened where she went to go save those humans and then she literally pinned dude down because the sun was coming up, and then we all thought she died. And I cried.
Yep. Because they ended the episode. I'm pretty sure they ended the episode with her on fire or some shit.
And then she didn't die, and they're like, oh shit, you could be in the sunlight. What the fuck? And it's like that to me is like, that's still her holding on to her humanity of like, I'm not going to let this shit win.
Yeah. Like I won't let my demons kill me. I won't let my demons kill me,
and
basically.
Then for all dude knows is like, dude, like, that's why you can't go in the sun. Like, you let the darkness take so much control that like.
That even that portion of you is lost.
Yeah. You're just gone.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy because even with Akaza, like right when he gets his head cut off and he's like about to die, like he's having those flashbacks of his wife and his sensei, and it's like part of that is even the reason why he wasn't so ready to let go. You know, because he's like, if I die, then I'll lose the memory of them. I lose the memory of them, and I won't ever get to join them. And then it wasn't until his wife decided, like, bro, I'll go with you, that he was like, all right, bet, then I'll let go. Yeah, which is crazy. You know what I mean? Like, I couldn't imagine, my spirit seeing, like, your spirit and knowing you're going to go to hell and then being like, it's okay, bro, I'll go to hell with you. Like, that's, I don't know.
As long as we're together, I don't care.
Everywhere's heaven when I'm with you. Right? Shit was crazy, bro. So yeah, again, when it comes to battling your inner demons, guys, it's something that
it comes down to the work.
It's
like,
the work,
have to want
the training,
You have to want the change enough to really seek out the help that you need, the work that you need to do. Like, for me, one of my biggest inner demons was self-doubt and insecurities.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until I started really listening to Mel Robbins, and I'll shout her out every time because she's made such an impact in my life and such a difference, because I didn't realize how much of a normal fucking person she was, because I met her as this crazy famous podcaster and all this stuff. But then when I started reading her book and learning that, like, she was very much like me, procrastinated, just didn't care as much, felt very stuck in a rut and like going through loops. And she like invented her own strategies that now a lot of people do to help them out of their shit, like the 5 4 3 2 1 rule, or high-fiving yourself in the mirror. Like, it's like dumb little things that you don't think are gonna make an impact until they do.
Yeah, my favorite one of hers is the not saying I have anxiety.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah,
Because for me,
because you're taking ownership of it and you're making it like a part of you, when in all reality, anxiousness or anxiety, everybody feels it.
it's a feeling.
It's not like, to me, it is not like, and again, you know, you guys are more than welcome to correct me in the fucking comments if you guys want to, but I don't think anxiety is a diagnosis. To me, it's something everybody has. It's a matter of, okay, but what triggers your anxiety? Because anxiety is usually tied to some sort of fear.
It's your body's response to something.
Yeah, it's like a fight or flight response. And again, it's usually tied to some sort of fear of some sort of unknown or, you know, things of that nature. So again, it's like, you know, if we all experience it in our own ways.
Yeah, they tie in a lot with phobias, because like I have like,
yeah, and phobias are fears. That's what it is. A fucking fear of this or a fear of that, you know?
Yeah, like you saw me like with heights when we went up to that fucking thing. Like I couldn't even walk to the window. I had to crawl on my hands and knees just to get to the edge so I could look out, because I wanted to see it so bad, but I was so terrified. But it's,
you're talking
like,
about the New York trip, right? That building with the
Yes.
cube on the side?
I
the glass
had
cube?
so much anxiety that day, but I still did it. You know what I mean? Like, despite the anxiety that I felt, I still faced my fears, did it for the experience, and had a fucking blast, scared and all.
Yeah, and again, I just think it's something that, you know, it's one of those inner demons that, again, it's something that is associated with some sort of trauma, fear. You know, again, there's some sort of negative emotion tied to these inner demons, and
I never really looked at it like that until I actually addressed some of my traumas and like things that I would get anxiety around. And then when facing those things, now when I'm faced with similar situations, I don't feel that same anxiety anymore.
well, yeah, because I think of it like this.
Like I'm more at peace now with those things, that I guess it doesn't trigger that in me anymore. Because I was big on like, I have anxiety. Like I'm very anxious. Like it was just something that like I considered a part of me.
Yeah.
Until like I really started deep diving into this stuff and really researching and learning everything that I could.
Yeah, like, and it's okay to feel anxious. Everybody does. I've never met one person who has never felt anxious or nervous or something. You know what I mean? Like, dude, like people feel anxiety singing karaoke, bro. Like some people just have stage fright. That to me is a form of anxiety. You're anxious about getting on stage. You know what I mean? And sometimes anxious isn't always negative. Like, there's times I have a surprise that I want to give you.
Oh my God, I was so anxious for your surprise.
Exactly. Like, again, and that's the one thing I took from Mel Robbins is like, yo, like, don't just claim it, but also, like, for me, what I added on top of that was, bro, anxiety is not always negative. Sometimes people are just like,
so excited.
like, I'm just excited, but I'm anxious in a way that I'm like, oh my God, like, I hope she loves it. You know what I mean? Like,
that
again,
was me the whole week leading up to your birthday surprise.
yeah, so it's like, you know, I think when it comes to, you know, facing your inner demons, the best thing you could do is, you know, educate yourself, become knowledgeable, understanding where these inner demons, you know, where they source their energy from. A lot of the time they get them from traumatic experiences,
Pain,
fear. These are the things that I would say your inner demons feed off of, and that's where they grow their strength. You know what I mean? And
when you give in to them, that's when it propels. Like, it's gonna continue. It's not until you face it and you're like, no,
Yeah.
like, I'm okay. That shit sucked, but it doesn't have to linger inside of me.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people, too, like life is, when you think of the walk of life, right? Think of like a field, like an open field, and all your trauma and all your pain is all these little landmines that are buried in the field. And if you ignore them and try to just walk through the field, you're gonna blow up. You're gonna hit one of them and shit's gonna blow up in your face. Versus if you address it like, okay, there's a landmine here on this walk of life. Let's dig this up and let's get it out of the field. And then now you can walk through the field confidently, without anxiety, knowing I already dug up all the landmines. There is no more. There is no more walking through this field of life and me being worried that I'm going to step on a trigger or I'm going to step on trauma or I'm going to step on pain and it's going to blow up in my fucking face,
I will say, though, that there are some instances, depending on what happened trauma-wise, that, like, the brain is a crazy thing. Like, your brain has ways of blacking out memories to protect you.
Yeah, it does it as a defense mechanism.
And there's times where you come across something that completely sets you off and you have no idea why.
Yep.
But then that's your responsibility of, like, okay, like what happened that is, like, causing this for me? Like, I really need to, like, dig deep and, like, try to figure this out because how I'm feeling is not okay.
Yeah.
And then it's just taking those little steps of, like, trying to navigate, how can I move forward? How can I address this so, like, maybe next time it's not so intense for me?
Hell yeah.
It's just a learning process.
Hell yeah, man. And again, guys, when you're ready to face your inner demons, again, educate yourself. Like, education is so much power when it comes to your emotional well-being and, understanding the things that are triggering you or understanding the things that are causing uncomfortable moments within your life. You're not alone. A lot of people feel it, and it is your responsibility to take ownership of whatever demons are causing you issues, and on top of that, addressing them so this way you don't allow your demons to not only negatively impact your life, but negatively impact those around you as well.
Yeah, that's a big part.
Hell yeah, man. That was dope. I like that. You want to get into question time then?
I like you.
Ooh. Hello. Anyway, now that I'm all flustered because my wife is hitting on me, yeah, let's get into question time. Question time.
Are we doing 2 and 2, 3 and 3?
We can do 2 and 2, and then we'll send them home.
Okay.
For all of the new feelers that are tuned in, question time is when me and my wife, we decide to ask each other some engaging questions that have to do with the theme of the entire episode. So for any of the new feelers, that's what's going on right now. For all the feelers who've been in tune, you guys already know the vibes, baby. So yeah, question time, baby. You want to go first?
Sure.
Hit me with it.
All right. So if you had to invent a small daily ritual or training, like a mini discipline from Demon Slayer to help you manage your specific inner demon, what would it be and why?
I mean, the biggest thing that we've incorporated, and we do this all the time, is just kind of setting the tone for the day. So, like, we usually start the day off where we're like, good morning, my beautiful wife, or good morning, my handsome husband. And we start the day off with positive energy, regardless of how we slept, regardless of what the day has in store for us. Instead of starting the day off not looking forward to the day, we start the day off with love and positive energy. So to me, that would be the one thing that I would tell.
I love our good mornings.
Yeah, to me, that would be the one thing I would tell anybody to just start incorporating into their days. It's
something so simple.
Not necessarily, it doesn't need, even for people who are single, like, tell yourself good morning,
High five yourself in the mirror.
High five yourself in the mirror.
You.
Tell yourself you're going to
kill it today.
You're going to kill it today, dude. Time to suck today's dick. You know what I'm saying? Like, fucking, that movie is crazy, bro. But yeah, man, you know what I mean? It's just like kind of setting the tone for your days, regardless of, what may be in store, not looking at the day as another task, but as a blessing,
Yeah.
A lot of people wake up knowing that they got to go to work and they're on some like, fuck, another day of work. Like you already looking at the day like it's a fucking inconvenience.
Yeah, instead
when
challenge.
some people didn't even fucking wake up today, bro.
Yeah, just challenge it with, like, at least I woke up. At least I have a job
Shit,
to
another
pay
day
for
to
this
get to
roof
this
over
bag,
my
baby.
head.
Yeah, like you gotta it's a matter of altering your perspective. So I think that's the big one. Like if I had to tell anybody to, what type of training arc I'd put you through, it would be, just a positive one. A positive one where your sole focus is to, stop looking at the fucking glass as half empty. You know what I mean? And again, like, and of course, when it comes to that phrasing, like, half empty, half full, like, it depends, are we pouring into the cup? Are we drinking from the cup? Because then that would determine if it's half full or half empty. But the fucking point is like, just not to look at shit so negative. It's like, again, you waking up and you being like, ugh, now I gotta go to work. Like, bro, you already setting the tone for the day doing that shit. You already telling yourself, your mind, again, your mind is one of those most powerful things in your fucking body, is you're telling your mind that your day already sucks because of XYZ.
That entire day you're going to find something wrong.
With everything.
Every hour, something is going to be wrong.
Yep, something's going to bother you
because that's what you're so fixated on happening that's all you're going to notice. You're going to notice the traffic's really bad. You're going to notice your coworker being a piece of shit. Like, you're going to notice all these things that you may be able to overlook. But because you're so focused and setting the tone for being shitty, it's going to be shitty.
It's crazy. There was this, I forget the guy's name, but he was on like Theo Von's podcast and he did an experiment to him where he was like, all right, he looked at him. He's like, all right, I want you to look around a room. And he's like, now I want you to find everything that's brown in the room. So Theo Von looks around, boom, 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 boom. And he's like, all right, you good? Got it? He's like, all right, now name me one red object. And in his mind, he couldn't think of it right away because, again, he was hyper-focused.
So focused on the brown.
On the brown shit. And he was like, all right. He's like, now that just goes to show you that when you are focused on finding it, you will overlook other shit. And he's like, now, I'm going to go back to my point. He's like, now I told you to look for brown shit. And he's like, now I bet you probably added that bag over there, even though that bag is tan. You probably added Thor, even though Thor is more like a light brown. Like he did that to say that, see, when you're focused on something, that even shit that doesn't necessarily fit in the box, you'll make it fit. That's not brown, that's tan, but I bet you added a bunch of tan shit just so you could be more correct.
Yeah.
Like, and again,
so now you're looking at all the shades of brown.
Yeah, right. Now it's like you're not just focused on negative. Now you're focused on every little fucking thing that doesn't go your way.
Yeah.
So it's like now you're setting setting the tone and setting yourself up for failure. So again, that would be, and I know I drug out this fucking answer, but that would be the training. Point. That would be the training arc that I would put everybody through, is just, the positive perspective and positive reinforcement would be the big one. Whether it's with you and your significant other, like how we do,
just in general,
or just with yourself. You know what I mean? Again, being grateful and stepping into the life with gratitude. Those are the big ones. You know what I mean? Is reminding yourself that, bro, not everybody has the same opportunity you have. So take full advantage of the opportunities you're given.
Yeah, I just posted the other day, if you could overthink the bad, you can also overthink the good.
Yeah. I used to say it to you all the time, where you'd be like, well, what if everything goes wrong? And I'm like, but what if it goes right? Like, we could sit here and what if, but we have to, what you do it's math, baby. What you do to one side, you have to do to the other.
I don't even like living in what ifs anymore.
Well, yeah,
now I'm just like, whatever
living
happens,
in the unknown. Living in the unknown is fucking scary. Period. Because again, it's the idea of the unknown correlates to, when it comes to the unknown, you also would have to admit that you don't have control of that, and when you don't have control of that, that's
spiral.
That's a very anxiety-driven thought, which is like, I don't have control.
Well, that, and just the fact that when you're so focused on the unknown, your brain has a way of creating these scenarios of all these things that could happen, and now you're like so on edge.
Or you're just talking yourself out of shit because you're like, no, I already imagined it, bro. I fucking, nope, I did the Doctor Strange thing where I went over 1 million fucking scenarios from
I'm
fucking,
That's
remember
So
that?
Raven, and I totally saw what's about to happen.
Yeah, fucking Doctor Strange fucking sitting there like looking through every different scenario. Like there's only one scenario that's gonna work.
Yeah, I don't like living in what ifs anymore. Now I'm more of a whatever happens, happens. But I'm also, if something bad does happen, that was a moment within my 24 hours. It didn't ruin my entire day
Facts.
type of person. So.
Nice, man. Yeah, I like that answer. Or I like that question. And again, I'd keep the answer simple. Positive reinforcement, gratitude. Those would be the trainings that I would recommend to anybody, and educate yourself. You know what I mean, within those, so this way you can strengthen those other ones.
Yeah.
So yeah, man. Oh yeah, I like that. That was good.
Thank you.
All right, I have my question here for you, which is Nezuko's battle is literally with the demon inside of her. Now, do you think we all have a version of that going on?
Yeah, I mean, we talked about it a little bit on this episode. Like we said, we all have gone through something, like none of our parents were perfect. Like our generation, especially, like we know just by learning from doing that, like we don't even have all the answers. Like we're still trying to figure it out ourselves. You know what I mean? Like our parents teach us up until adulthood for the most part. And then we're just like, okay, well, here you go. And it's like the adult world is so different than being a child, and you have to learn all these things. So like a lot of the time I say, give your parents some type of credit because they did the best that they had
with the resources they had.
Yeah, like I don't remember much of my friends or like my parents having big villages or people they could rely on or count on. You know what I mean? Like I was left at home a lot as a kid, but I figured it out. Now it's just like I didn't leave Maya home alone until she was like how old? You know what I mean? Because I was just like, nope, I'm not doing that. Like I had so much anxiety because of what I felt as a kid being in that situation. So it's just like we all go through things, and all of these things affect us differently. Like what me and you could have went through the same thing, and what might have been a trauma for me didn't even bother you. You know what I mean? But something you feel is a trauma might have never bothered me. So it's like just having that grace and understanding for people, like of just never knowing what somebody's going through, but trying to like do what we're doing here and just be that positive outlook, and like pushing people to want to do better and see more within themselves, and know that, your demons don't define you. You are in control. And you do have the power to overthrow them and take control over your life and your situation. But you have to want it enough. You have to believe in yourself enough, just like Nezuko, of like, she's holding on for dear life of her humanity because she doesn't want to let that win. And she's like, no matter what I have to go through, no matter what it takes, I'm not going to let this thing take control. So that would be my answer.
Oh yeah, man. I like that.
Thank you.
I think that was good. What you got for me?
All right, last one, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, so we talked about how demons are born from pain. If you could go back and give advice to the younger version of yourself who was first developing your demon, what is one of the most important things that you would tell him?
You have all the power. And I know it may not feel like that in the moment because of the lack of resources and maybe the lack of education you have. Because again, the person I am today is the person I needed to hear from when I was a kid.
Yep.
But again, I have done the research. I've done the due diligence to become educated, and even till this day, I'm still, sharpening the craft of becoming someone who is in tune with himself. So again, I would give my younger self the advice of, I know it doesn't feel like it right now, but you have all the power and you have all the control. As much as this may be weighing you down, or as much as this demon might be winning the fight early on, because I think that's what happens to a lot of us when we get faced with these inner demons, is due to the lack of resource, due to the lack of knowledge, due to the lack of emotional intelligence. A lot of the times those early battles feel like we're losing.
Yeah.
A lot of those battles feel like depression and,
Especially as an adolescent.
dude, well, yeah, because, well, you're just an emotional creature entirely. A lot of it's happening, hormones, things of that nature. Like,
Yeah.
again,
And everything feels like it's happening to you.
right. So I would give myself the advice of you have all the power. I know it may not feel like that right now because you're just not there mentally and emotionally, but I promise you will make it through. Continue to make good choices even when it's hard, because when you don't make good choices when it's hard, that's you letting your demons win.
And it could put you in a more messed up situation.
Yeah, because again, demons, especially your inner demons or even the demons in Demon Slayer, they thrive off of negativity, they thrive off of pain, they thrive off of your inability to face them.
Yeah.
So the weaker you are, the more your demon will take advantage of that, and it will make itself appear in ways that incapacitate you and cause you to think not so coherently. Like, there's times where my inner demon has talked me out of going to work, or there's time my inner demon has talked me out of taking care of responsibilities that I know I'm supposed to take care of. And
Yep.
again, those demons, they come in many different ways. Like for me, like I know when I'm not feeling my best, my biggest thing is having to push through or having to persevere, like having to drag myself to the gym or having to push myself to go to work. Like
Yeah.
all of those things are ways that that I combat or I battle my demons. And again, that's what I would tell my younger self is just continue to make good choices even when it's hard,
I like
you
that.
know? Oh, yeah, man. I like that question. It was good.
Thanks.
All right, I got one more for you, baby, and then we're going to send them home. All right, this one's right up your alley.
Okay.
So, Tanjiro shows compassion to demons, even as he fights them, and even after he kills them, he still shows compassion to them and wants to put them to rest. Now, how do you think compassion plays a role in facing your own inner struggles and inner demons?
Well, the biggest thing that I've learned, and I preach it all the time, is giving yourself grace. You have to be patient with yourself. You have to show compassion and empathy and give yourself grace. Like, you have to understand that just because you made a bad choice, like, really think of your intentions behind it. Like, a lot of the time, you don't mean to do what you did, you don't mean to say what you did. A lot of the time, it's something inside of you that is just waiting to get out. And then the second you stumble across a situation where that trigger gets hit, all hell breaks loose, literally. And it's like, okay, let me dial it back. Let me be more self aware. That wasn't okay. Holding yourself accountable, being patient with yourself. Like, okay, I didn't mean for that to happen. I'm aware of what I did. Now I need to figure out why I did it, address why I did it, and learn from it and move forward. Let's not hold on to it or make excuses or try to, like, oh, well, it is what it is. My bad. Like, no, you really have to be understanding with yourself and give yourself that empathy of, like, I know I didn't mean that. I don't have to be like that. I can grow from this. And then it's the same thing with, like, other people as well. Like, not even with just yourself. Like, having that grace for other people, that patience for other people, understanding of other people's situations, and just not harboring so much hate or anger. You know what I mean? Like, it's okay to give people, another chance every once in a while. Like, granted, some people are just so far gone, and that shit breaks my heart. But it's like, you can tell when somebody is so far gone, because after numerous chances, it's like, you don't want to change. You don't want to do the work. You don't want to see the problems. You're just comfortable living the way that you are. And for you, that's fine. But it couldn't be me. I hope, it gets better for you. I'm going to hold that empathy for you. I'm going to still wish the best for you. But knowing when to, separate yourself, distance yourself, and giving yourself that, empathy as well. Like, I know it hurts. I know you love that person, but sometimes you're better off without them.
Yeah.
So I think it plays a part in multiple different aspects. but that would be the biggest thing for me.
I like that. I knew that was right up your alley. That's why I kept that one. All right, guys. Well, let's send them home, baby. For all the new feelers that are tuned in, we usually leave you guys with a question that kind of ties in to the overall topic and the overall vibes of the episode. So if you guys are watching this on YouTube or on the socials, make sure you guys drop it in the comments below, because you never know when the why in your story is silent and becomes our story. So the question that we want to leave you guys with is, what moment in your life felt like your own training arc? Like you were leveling up against your struggles. Again, drop it in the comments below. Yeah, you guys already know I'm tying it in with the Demon Slayer. So you guys already know. Drop it in the comments below, man. Until next time, man. Keep feeling.
Keep sharing.
And keep it real within the fields, baby.
Woo!
Like anime.